Hello, this is Jacob Shed, and I'm with the Dining Blueprint, and our slogan is Guac On. We are a restaurant consulting company that specializes in Mexican American style restaurants, and we recently did a uh, project with La Finca, a local restaurant that's been in Carrollton for over 2 decades. Um, with several positive reviews, but they reached out wanting to strengthen themselves and become a little bit better, so that's why they consulted with us. I feel that, even if a restaurant has hundreds of good reviews, one bad review can deter a dozen potential customers. And this restaurant is looking to keep their table full all week and weekend, so that's why we were more than happy to work with them and get them going. As I stated before, La Finca is a niche American style restaurant. Carrollton, Georgia, been serving over 2 decades, known for their vibrant atmosphere, sizzling fajitas. They got a couple signature dishes. A lot of people appeals to college students because it's pretty economically priced. Even in today's economy, you get pretty large portion size as opposed to the cost. And it is uh, roughly less than 5 minutes from downtown historic Carrollton, Georgia. So it's in a pretty popular spot. So no complaints there as far as location. A little bit about us. We are the Dining Blueprint. We were born out of passion for helping local family-owned restaurants not only survive but to flourish. Um, we specialize in marketing and reviews for local restaurants, and we really have an emphasis on a Mexican American cuisine. It's our favorite. We value transparency, integrity, and data-driven results to help our client reach the top of their communities and sustain profitability. Um, with competition growing every year and our track record, we were more than happy to have them as our client and help them build strategies to give them an advantage over the local competition. All right, a little bit about me. My name is Jacob Shed. I am the data research and marketing analyst for the Dining Blueprint. And basically, my job is to evaluate, manage, and translate statistics, data, market and performance into easy to understand roadmaps for our clients um, based off of projection data. Um, I analyze the past and present data, and like I said, this kind of gives an idea of the future strategies that we can tailor to our restaurants' experience and needs. Um, the data is from anything from feedback to market and trends, things of that nature. We look at the business portfolio, what they're doing well, what items are selling, what items aren't, um, things of that nature. And like I stated before, reviews are paramount in this day and age. We look at not only the positives and negatives, but everything in between. Seeing what people are liking, what they don't like. Typically, um, we find that negative reviews are more impactful, um, just based off of you basically a lot of restaurants have several hundred of reviews to one bad is what we see, but people tend to value the opinions of the negatives a lot more based off statistics and analysis. All right, a little overview of La Finca. Like I was stating, it's located in Carrollton, Georgia, which is about 45 minutes west of Atlanta, off of near I-20. Mexican American themed restaurant, um, and the atmosphere is very bright and vibrant, with a heavy emphasis on native Mexican culture and historical design. Some of their most popular dishes are the fajitas, nachos, California burrito, which I've had personally. It's pretty good. Their Texas fajitas and enchilada supreme. So when you come in, you get that really nice feel of uh, like the Hispanic culture, um, things of that nature. You really get a nice vibe when you enter this facility. As far as the climate goes, never too hot, never too cold. Um, and it is, like I was stating before, pretty centrally located in Carrollton. Really popular traffic spot. Um, you see constant people in and out that area quite frequently. All right, so we're gonna go over some of the strengths of La Finca. I will say, based on our data and statistics that we got from this restaurant, not a lot of not a lot of negativity, especially in the reviews. I think they were on Google. They were a 4.7 out of 5 stars with almost 1,000 reviews, which is pretty very well performance that we see. A lot of people praise the consistent food. They like their usuals, and a lot of people like the authenticity of some of their dishes. Friendly staff is paramount. Everybody states that that frequent refills and coming to check on their table. Um, so doing very well as far as the customer satisfaction's going. Um, like I was stating before, this restaurant is real heavy with the pros and not too many negative reviews. But there are some, and we'll go over those shortly. But like I was stating before, the restaurant, and I know a lot of people, I didn't include this in my slide, but a lot of people tend to like adult beverages at this joint, and they say that they have really good specials on their drinks. But we focus primarily on the food, but we do cover the alcohol aspect too, because that could sink or swim a restaurant as well. All right, and some of the weaknesses. The major weakness that I've seen with this uh, facility and types of facilities is just the basic. You kind of get that run of the mill feel, because especially here in the southeast, the Mexican American themed restaurants are plentiful. So you have competitions such as the Donkey, Locomex, Hacienda Grande, which are extremely popular in the community as well. So that's the major thing, is what we brought to the table is how can we help La Finca stand out as for the other competitions. And then the other just small um, complaints that we have are very minuscule, and we kind of jock them up to, some people just have generally bad experiences. So such as this person had a 40-minute wait time, so we did propose things to kind of help out with that and circumvent those kind of issues. But in all, our major weakness that we found was the competition with the similar themed restaurants in the local area. Like I was stating, here are some key opportunities and takeaways that could that we saw just initially right off the bat that could help substantially with some of the restaurants. So one of the things I suggested was a lot larger variety of menu-based items, and kind of going back to the roots of more Mexican themed dishes, because um, like I was stating, the Mexican American restaurants are kind of a very popular choice of restaurant theme. So I think that having a diet that's a plentiful in variety and going to the roots of more uh, authentic Mexican-based dishes could definitely add a variety and attract the community. Um, then, like I was stating before, giving the customers an accurate time frame of when they order their food, just saying, hey, uh, I'll put this in for you. You're looking at about 30, 45 minutes, just to kind of help that transparency and give the customer an idea, and then frequent follow-ups. Say, hey, we're a little bit behind. It's going to be about 10 more minutes. Loyalty programs, I really like these. Um, Definitely helps with keeping consistent customers. After X amount of visits, you might get a free queso dip or guac, um, things of that nature. And then One of the big ones I always offer to all restaurants is online and to-go service offerings. We are continuously progressing in the digital age, especially after COVID. A lot less people are dining in statistically than before, so that's definitely one option that they can explore to kind of help their business grow and and you know, may not be more in restaurant visits, but definitely help their boost their sales. And then a couple of the threats, parking and accommodation. I did notice, yeah, their parking lot is a little tight, but I think for the size of the restaurant, it is pretty adequate. However, the parking lot is aged pretty roughly, so it's one of the things I would look at. And then, as I stated before, the menu variety. Um, you can go to 5 different places in Carrollton to buy fajitas. What makes their fajitas stand out? Competition with outside restaurants. We already talked about this. This is the major threat that we find with this type of restaurant. And then one of the other things just to keep in mind is the pricing of food in the current economy. Making sure to keep those prices, which this restaurant is doing a pretty good job at, keeping those prices economical for the community. And then my last and final is the conclusion, and I just kind of wanted to reiterate that this client does have huge potential to stand out in the community, even against these other competitors. I think their pricing and their quantity and quality of food is great. Um, it's easy to differentiate themselves with the competition with the right tools, and through their positive and negative feedback, they have a really good idea of where they're lacking with their business. And last but not least, we are running a promo um, where we are doing our aprons with our Guac Ons logo. Pretty neat. So we'll be sending those through the pipeline to kind of boost our name and get ourselves out there. In all, we think that this facility is a really nice facility and with huge potential. We definitely enjoyed having them as a client. Thank you.